Hello everybody, let's zoom out this time, shall we? Cause we are back and it is SketchCraft time. SketchCraft time. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. We are going to be coloring One Punch Man background now. Already did the Copics, more or less. We have the background and white highlights. And we got some people filling in. Armando's here. What's up? I'm gonna get some coffee. Brandon is Brandon's on Brandon people's time. He can't fucking get his shit together right now. So Crusher's in. All right, hey everybody, quick note. If you wanted to know, there are some prints and artwork and stuff up at shopsketchcraft.com. Shopsketchcraft.com. While they last, I only keep 5 or 6 sets of anything up at any given time, so they're going to go. In the meantime, let's color. So I'm going to be using 3 distress inks to do this. I got Squeezed Lemonade, I got Spice Marmalade, and Rusty Hinge. Ha-da-da, so beautiful. So what I'll probably do is start with the Spiced Marm, go light, and then use the darks to control the contrast. That's what I'm thinking. Must have totally fucked this up. But that's what I'm thinking. We can actually start with the ground. Have any ideas for your next illustration besides the GTA commissioning of the magazine? I have a bunch of stuff on PowerPrints I'm knocking out. So the next one's Final Fantasy IX. But I got to finish the Final Fantasy VII inks. So just been busy getting everything else caught up with the commissions. And after Final Fantasy IX, then I have 2 X-Men pieces to finish, and a few other things after that. Is that a kind of like sponge? Yeah, it's a sponge. It's just a sponge. I've made these myself, these little block things. They make stampers. They're kind of circular. I like the square. Hey, what's up, Eddie? Yeah, super easy. I have a video called Making Backgrounds Using Distress Inks on the Art Tips playlist. I really get into all the inks that I'm using and what these sponges are and everything else right there. So if you're curious, check out the video. It's in the Art Tips playlist. How to make BGs easy using Distress Ink. Yeah, bit by bit. And then we'll go with the yellow. Any other commissions coming up that I can talk about? I'll be coloring Violator tomorrow night in Copics. And then I gotta draw the Daredevil and the Punisher. And get those colored up. And then I got the Overwatch and the Bayonetta to do. Then I'm caught up. You ever sell prints of your commissions? Yeah, I can sell prints of my commissions. I do. Um, I have, right now in the store, I have some of the noir prints. I'll have a full color Batman Copic print up sometime next week. I got about 5 of those coming in. I do very low runs on those for the store because my stores, it's just like side. I use it for like equipment, equipment cache. So I don't keep a ton of shit up in there. And then the actual Violator Craft version is up in the store, the original art, because I did that one for me. Yeah. Other than that, eventually maybe in a book or something, but I can't deal with books until I finish Game Cave. So there you go. Let's let that dry for a second. Needs to dry. Yeah. I thought it was for someone nice. The commission is. The craft version wasn't. So I've taken the craft version and I made a smaller. They only got an 8.5 by 11, but I wanted to do that craft version I just wanted to work out that technique. So, where is? I see I got Kyle's stuff up here. Where is the Violator piece? It's over here. It's over here. It's just being stupid. Alright, so I made a copy and drew basic lines. You can see here. And I'll be coloring this tomorrow. Ooh. Yeah, it's distressing. If you want to know what it is, I made a video called How to Make BGs Using Distress Ink in the Art Tips playlist. So I kind of covered that all there. I do a better job of explaining stuff in the little videos than I do every night. Yeah, they're pretty easy. Pretty easy to find. To Kyle, you listen. I don't know if I'm getting quite what I wanted out of that. Where's the other? Of course, it's right back here. Yep, that's right, David. The Dr. P.H. Martins. I don't know if they were the Bombays, but they were P.H. Martins. Yeah. How do I feel about ruin? Looking forward to it. Bought my tickets. And I'm staying away from spoilers, so don't ruin it for me. That will get you an instant permaban. We don't spoil Star Wars. If it sucks, I'll go in the theater and figure it out for myself. Hey everybody, it's a joy, yeah. I'm hoping they call the sequel Rogue 2, Bothan Boogaloo. We can find out about how all the Bothans, just like we could just start the Bothan death count at the beginning of the film and just run it all the way through. Oh, that's 15 Bothans in the first 3 minutes, and then yeah, I on the other hand have to just stay away from websites. So next week, some if it comes out in the UK, I'll have to be completely off the internet. Like, that's the sequel. And Bothans were Jedi. So the sequel would be how they got the Jedi plans. Not so much episode 4, despite what people say. I broke his heart. No, prove me wrong. Go out there and get a bunch of work and become super famous and go, see, I told you. Depends. We'd have to work out a price for that. I think for something like with symbiotes, it'd have to be a piece I did on my own. Uh, you know. Can't say I have a lot of interest in the subject right now. There's other version of Venom. There's those female ones. That one from the Lethal Predator series. There's a bunch of weird symbiote creatures. Let me go wash my hands really quick. All right, let's use the force. You do. Then back. Blame Hector. Dane to Hector. Chronicled me. Peace. Justice Smash. Or Justice Crash. Justice Crash. Thanks, Hector. When he one-punched a guy. I'll just fill that in. It looks weird. I like Moomin Rider. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Josh. I'll just bundle them together. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If I do say so. Nice. Nice. Not a lot of those Batmans left. Not a lot of those Batmans left. Da-da-dum. I haven't strongly advertised the Final Fantasy. I'll spread it out. Spread it out because people aren't on every day, you know. And I don't like spamming people's feeds with buy my shit now, motherfucker. You know, like I don't. You buy now. You buy now. You know, that stuff. Finished? No, I gotta do white highlights. Hurry up. Ooh. Alrighty. Let's see. Mm-hmm. It's like I've done this before. It's because I've done this before. Nah, the white ink is a little not flowy. £60 paper, okay. That's probably a little rough. Probably want something a little smoother, otherwise it's just going to soak up the paper, the ink. If you can't go with the expensive stuff, at least get laser paper, like hammer mill, color. Um, Thanks. Thanks, Hector. Yeah, then Kyle will drop a skunk ape on him. Hey, Brandon.
Hello, everybody.
Hector was hoping that that sound would mess me up, screw up Kyle's commission.
Uh, I clicked call you and hit the SketchCraft library at the same time. Then I saw the white brush, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, good job, Brandon.
Yeah, but you're a pro. You're not gonna like.
Yeah, but Rob's pretty good, you know.
Yeah, you're good. I was like, yeah, you'll be fine. Catching the tail end of this commission.
That's what she said. Oh, yeah, white highlight time. It's a little bit
White
of wax
highlight.
buildup on the paper, so it doesn't flow quite as smooth as I'd like it to, but it will. It just.
Hey Joey. Hey Kyle. Hey Armando. Hey Hector. Um, Kyle, you watch all your commissions being made. There's no surprises to it. Like you're watching it. You don't get no surprise to it. It's like knowing what you got for Christmas ahead of time. What's up with all the numbers?
It's a lively chat room tonight, Brandon.
I'll mess that up. Let's see. Hector says brotato. It's a nice chat room. This is like back in the day AOL chat rooms. Josh says, "Hey Rob, do you buy your B marker paper in a packet of individual sheets,
Both.
or do you get a?"
Both. I get the 11 by 17s in a packet. They're the same paper. So I'll get a pad if I don't have to cut it down. But I think the price is almost the same either way. You don't really save any money. But the
You gave me
11 by,
the what was it? You gave me the notebook, right? The sheets tear off
yeah,
in.
the
That's the
pad.
one you gave me.
Yeah.
The pad,
But
yeah.
like this came out of a packet. They come in bags too. You can get like 50 of them if you want to spend a little bit more. That's how I get the 11 by 17s. They come in a bag.
Kyle says we're launching holy hand grenades and force pushing Rob around and doing stuff. All right. And then Armando says, yeah, best chat room I have been through. All right. He
Oh,
says that Josh said, I bought a notebook of it a while back and they're a bitch to get out. I had to use an X-Acto knife to cut the damn frillies off.
no, I didn't have a problem.
Yeah, I bought or you gave me that pad, so.
Yeah, I have both. I really have never had a problem with it. If you, oh, he means like at the edge there's these little things at the very back. No one cares. They go in a frame, dude. You might be hyper focusing. But if you don't want those and you don't want to have to trim it, just get yourself the packs. They come in bags.
Rob, when are you going to go see Rogue One?
The 16th, the 9:50 or whatever. The latest showing is like 10:30 showing or something. Second day, so I can ignore, just I don't do things like at midnight, the night it comes out. First off, you never know who's gonna bring a gun. Luckily, I'm gonna, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah.
So I always worry about that. Can't help it, So opening night, not something I'm gonna do. And then I'd like to get the latest showing possible. Or if there's like a 7 a.m. somewhere, I'll do that because I know no kid is gonna be at that. Luckily, I'm in a state where people carry guns to the fucking post office.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that cuts out a lot of it. Because I mean, it might turn into an actual Star War. Fucking cantina scene in the middle of the movie. Like these special effects is real. Like.
Oh, does Assassin's Creed come out this week?
I don't know because I don't care. I have no interest in to see that movie.
Oh, because Hector says gonna see Mona get assassinated. Creed.
Moana? Not really. Moana's gonna fucking dominate the box office, bro. No, that Creed movie ain't tracking for nothing. Creed's gonna make more than Assassin's Creed. Sorry to say. Dude, Creed's fucking dope. Don't laugh. It's a good movie.
Oh, I thought you meant Creed the band.
No, the movie Creed from last year.
Right. Just when you just said the Creed, I thought that band.
Scott Stapp.
Let's see. I mean, like the action stuff looks cool. I mean, that's about it.
Hey man, if that shit was on Netflix, I'd be all over it. But I just, you know what I mean? Like I've played the game. Like what are they gonna fucking show me? Like that I didn't already live? And you know what I mean? The game was pretty realistic looking, so I don't get the point of the movie. Unless they're gonna explore some shit like Westworld, things about like being in there and shit. But they're not. It's gonna be some generic fucking Lionsgate style fucking action movie with the trope about virtual reality or augmented reality and shit. And it probably won't even do it very well. I don't have high hopes for that movie. Don't get your hopes up on that one, folks. My advice.
Mondo said Creed director directing that Black Panther film. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I haven't seen Creed, but from what Rob says about it and all the things I heard about it, it's really good. I need to watch it.
Yep.
Um,
That's my second favorite movie that year.
and I guess Assassin's Creed follows Rogue One. And then Kyle says that way they can blame the terrible box office on Star Wars and not them making a terrible film.
Right, that's what they'll do. Kyle's absolutely right on that one. You know? It's just going to be it's going to be right up there with Resident Evil 1. You know? And it's just going to go right down the list to Resident Evil, whatever they're on now. 12. Resident Evil, we won't fucking stop doing this, until Michael Bay stops making Transformers.
They're on the last one.
That's what they say every time, man. This is the 5th time. They've quit more time than the Who. It's ridiculous. I don't believe them. And then they had that one where it was like 1,000,000 Mila Jovoviches. I was like, well, just make it so all the actors are Mila Jovovich. All the actors in Resident Evil. All of them. She could just fight herself, everything. It's like the director decided to make this his magnum opus of like direct-to-video download bullshit. Like...
The fuck? Kyle said Resident Evil is the new Land Before Time. The fuck? Felix says, man, this piece is coming out sweet.
Thanks, Felix.
And Joey says, oh God, Rob, don't remind me about the new Transformers movie.
And maybe this will be the one that finally tanks at the box office.
What if it's really good? I mean, what if, it's just...
Then I'll come back and go, it was really fucking good. I'm not dogmatic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go, that's my fucking opinion. I still think it, so, if it's really good, I'll come back, they fucking... Well, I'm not going to go see it. I'm going to have to hear someone that I trust fucking go, that was amazing. In the same way that I heard great things about Edge of Tomorrow, I was like, all right, I'll go fucking, Tom Cruise never fucking half-ass it. So say what you want, Tom Cruise never half-ass it,
No.
There's in one movie he was like, man, fuck that, Right. He puts it into everything, So, and I went and saw it, I'm like, that was dope, I mean, at first I was like, they're just going to fucking rip off Groundhog Day, but they did a good job, It was fun. 3D was actually pretty cool, so no problems there. I mean, Assassin's Creed isn't even going to be as good as Oblivion. All right? I'm saying it right now.
Did you watch the Mummy trailer, Rob? Armando wants to know.
Yeah, I saw it. It's a weird trailer, the way it was cut. I'm interested in the movie. Hey, look, Tom Cruise can make bad movies, but I'm not, he isn't half-assing it. They were joking on Claire the other day. They're like, I'm just waiting for them to come out and say, oh, Tom Cruise actually fucking drive down a jet. And it turns out he did. They got the vomit rocket, and they actually they're falling in real fucking zero G, It's that vomit comet. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie.
Him and fucking Chris Nolan need to hook up.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
You know what I mean?
They did. On Collateral, right?
That's Michael Mann, dumbass.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that Christopher Nolan film, Collateral.
Listen, all right? There you go. I got nothing.
Speaking of dogmatic, you're just going to stick with it,
Yeah, I'm going to just, if I'm going to fuck up, I'm just going to ride it all the way. I'm just going to keep it going. Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, it was a weird yell. He screams in the thing. It's disturbing, but it's supposed to be a little off-putting. Like, a man really thinks he's going to die. That's probably what we'll all sound like. I mean,
Right.
I was listening to that guy, that Brazilian team that just crashed, right? Like, fucking 80 people, killed in that fucking thing. And And there was like three dudes who survived, and one guy was like, he's the one guy who survived is the only guy who did the fetal position move they tell you to do. He's like everyone else was like standing up and screaming and yelling. I'm like, I imagine it sounded something like that. You know.
Right.
Probably use a different screen for the movie anyway. But I don't know, man. I don't have no. Look, if they fuck up the fucking Mummy movie, I've already seen a bad Mummy movie, like three of them. No, I mean the first one was fun, but I've seen two really shitty ones. Does a really bad CG Rock come back in and fuck with Tom Cruise? That'd be fun. Like a
God,
plastic looking.
that Scorpion King was so bad.
Oh, fuck the Scorpion. The one before the
That's what I'm
Mummy.
saying.
Oh no, I'm talking about that
one
movie,
where-
The Scorpion King. I saw that where Rock was
Oh
punching
no, I was
guys through.
talking about
Where he punches the guy and they go
first
through the
time you
roof. Like-
the first one where you see the Rock as the Scorpion
yeah.
God, and he's all so bad CGI, like the worst CGI. Yeah, it was just so bad.
Made everyone really appreciate the Phantom Menace. Like, well, I mean. I think Dark Crystal should be more like a TV series than a movie. It's puppets. They can do it on a budget.
Right.
Or make it stop motion. Like Kubo.
That'd be cool.
Kubo.
Oh man, Josh White says, "Hey now, Dwayne Johnson, sexiest man alive, 2017, even with that Scorpion bod." Michael Bay presents Dark Crystal 2, said Kyle. Eventually, Armando says, eventually they are making another Dracula movie because Dracula Untold was not intended to be in the
No,
universe.
I don't, put it this way. I don't even fucking know what movie you're talking about. That's how pointless Dracula
It
Untold was.
had
Yeah, I know.
the guy who was going to
Yeah.
be in the Crow
Yeah.
remake.
Yeah, it looked a lot like Assassin's Creed. And Resident Evil. Dracula. If you'd put the Umbrella Corporation logo in the trailer for that Dracula Untold movie, you were like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. The last Dracula movie that came out that was somewhat like Dracula, and even
Bram
then was
Stoker's.
fairly ridiculous.
With Keanu Reeves and
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Great adaptation by Mike Mignola. For real, dude. He did the fucking adaptation for Tops. It's really good.
I believe you.
If you haven't seen it,
No.
a lot of people cite Odyssey, Infinite Odyssey as his like underrated masterpiece, but that Bram Stoker adaptation, I think, is superior.
Well said, sir. Well said.
I want to know, George Perez going to go to like Germany and sign something, given that they once let Hitler. You know what I mean? Like, huh? It's interesting. I wonder if he'll go to Cuba. I just want to know the logic behind it. So where does it stop? Like, is there a line? Like, if the plane goes over the state, does that count? Like, if he's flying and it goes over a red state, I mean,
Stop the plane. Let me out.
yeah. Well, if you let him out, he won't be saved. I don't see that
All
doesn't
right.
the logic then equally doesn't follow. I'm just curious, man. I'm just a lot of trailers coming up. Well, it's that time of year, man. I just don't care for Transformers anymore. You know, I mean, that trailer could have been anything. If you said GoBots, it'd have been like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like, you know,
Yeah.
the Dark Crystal, man. That's a lot like those fucking Lethal Weapon movies. I don't know what the fuck that movie's about. Can you tell me the plot to a Lethal Weapon film? You remember scenes. They were on the toilet, and or he was running down the field really fast, but you never, or the drive-through thing, but you never remember what the fuck was the movie about. Name the plot to one Lethal Weapon movie. South Africans. I think you remember that. Like that might be something. Yeah, no one knows.
Kyle said, that they're going to remake Dark Crystal with Michael Bay, and he said, too dark, too crystal.
Well, that's the Universal version. Michael Bay would just be called Dark Crystal, and then it would just proceed to fucking be a bunch of crazy sex jokes, starring Megan Fox. He's not even clever enough with the last night, you know. Sure. I mean, I remember the plot to Die Hard. I couldn't tell you the fucking plot to Lethal Weapon. Any of them. Like Popeye? Not like Popeye. I remember
Kyle
that.
said, I've yet to see a Lethal Weapon movie. You know they got a Lethal Weapon show, right, Rob?
No, they
With
don't.
that?
No, I
Yes,
know.
they do.
No, no, no. I know you think they do, and they think they do, but they don't.
I was
they,
gonna say it's got
it's
one of
as
the
much a
Wayans in it.
lethal. It's as much a Lethal Weapon show as this Friday the 13th show they had on Fox back in the day, and the Nightmare on Elm Street, where there was like just a bunch of weird items at a junk shop or some shit. Or I think maybe the one of those was items about a junk shop. I don't know, man. It ain't Lethal Weapon. I don't give a fuck what they say.
All right.
They can call it that, but whatever.
Oh yeah, and Kyle said they also think they have a new MacGyver show.
Yeah. Remember when they did all those really shitty fucking sequels when the UPN first launched? They had like Knight Rider, and it was like it took place in a post-apocalyptic future, and she was some program in a car, and it looked like Mad Max and shit. Remember
The
that?
Neanderthal,
Oh yeah, it had a
Neanderthal.
bunch of shitty fucking pseudo sequel nonsense. That was when they did William Shatner's Tech War. Oh, you all remember that? I remember the year they took over Comic Con with Tech War. That fucking sucked. Like,
Can't say I remember
Shane,
that,
you talking
sir.
about Shane Black? Yeah, Nice Guys was good. Shane Black is, I mean, he's over. Look, Shane Black is cool. He's not, like he's got some questionable Iron Man 3. Like, you know. And Lethal Weapon 4 was pretty fucking bad. That's the one where Mel Gibson fights Jet Li and wins. Remember that one? Ha ha ha! There's a grand act of fiction, you know.
So I rewatched over the weekend a movie, an extended version with featuring someone more, and
Oh,
I
you
gotta
saw
say,
Suicide Squad. I knew you were gonna
I
watch that shit.
I gotta say, I really like Jared Leto's Joker. The more I saw of him, and I
Brandon is
want
such
more
a
of
whore.
him.
Such a whore.
I want.
Brandon is such a whore. You know what it was? I wasn't there to watch it. I
You
firmly
weren't there. You
believe.
weren't there to ruin it for me.
I firmly believe that if you had seen the Suicide Squad without me, you would have been like, "That was fucking awesome."
No,
Oh,
because
none.
I still
Yeah.
think
See, we can't prove this. You could just deny. Like, but
no,
you're
because here's the thing. I saw Batman without you, and I felt the same way as I do now. I love all the Batman parts because I love Batman so much, and he looks so brutal and badass that I look past the shitty plot and all the shit wrong with
you
it.
just like to
I
see
know
Jai
there's a lot
Courtney
wrong.
naked, right? That's it.
The what?
You just want to see Jai Courtney butt naked.
Oh yeah, you know it. But no, I like Jared Leto's Joker a lot, and I wish there was more of him, and I wish he would be in the new Batman film, and he probably won't. And they probably won't use him ever again as the Joker, and it sucks because I like him a lot. It was just, it was cool. I liked him. He was creepy and weird and psychotic and whatever. I liked it. Movie wasn't that great, and I get bored towards the end, but I liked his Joker.
Brandon wants to bear all his children. Ha 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 ha.
Jared Leto's, oh
Yeah.
yeah, little rock star babies. Jared Leto's a beautiful man. If anybody disagrees, you're a liar. Lies. He's a good actor too, but mostly hunka hunka.
See how gay it gets when Brandon shows up? There
I
wasn't
don't care.
one gay thing going on here.
I got a hot wife. I don't care. I don't
That
care.
has nothing to do with it.
I don't know.
You
You
know
should
who
have
had a hot
written
wife? Bruce Jenner. You want to use that argument again, Brandon?
So, anyways, the chat room was pretty a love fest before. I got it. I like all the guys like, oh God, Brandon. I'm like, yeah, right. A minute ago, you guys were all like, let's camp out together. We love each other. So whatever, chat room. Let's see. Josh White said, I loved his Joker. The best part of the movie for me. My buddies all felt the same. Exactly. He was a cool Joker. He was badass. He was creepy. He would match the Batman that they created in the BVS. So they have such good characters and cast. They picked the right people for DC. They don't have the scripts. They don't have the story. They don't have the vision. They don't have the leadership. And we've talked about that. I mean, with all those stars in that movie, they could have been epic. And I thought it was going to be epic when we first saw the trailers. I was like, this is going to be insane. And meanwhile, Marvel just keeps using the same characters and they knock it out of the park every time. Not every time, but 80%.
60% of the time,
Every time.
Right?
But you know what I mean.
See, they got that guy. Now he's a Marvel guy. So they got you too with that one.
Exactly.
See how I did that?
I watched. Over Thanksgiving when I was at the Wise Family, they put on The Martian with Matt Damon, and like two of the dudes from that are in the Marvel universe. Or yeah, two of the dudes from that are in Marvel universe. The guy who plays Mordo, and the monk that are both in Doctor Strange were in that movie.
Thank you, Brandon.
I just popped in my head. You were talking about people getting Paul Rudd from other stuff, putting him in there, and I'm like, and I think the Martian movie was a Disney movie too, right? Made by Disney.
No.
Oh. It seems like
you're
something.
you're connecting the dots. Your Kevin Costner JFK moment where
Well, listen, all right.
And this actor was
When
in there, and there, and there, and then it makes a
when
Bermuda
Chris
Triangle
when
encircling
Nolan
all the
directed The
theaters.
Incredibles, all right, listen.
Huh?
When Nolan directed The Incredibles, all right,
Yeah,
there was a
right. Yeah, when he
all right. I know my
directed.
shit. All
Yeah.
right. When Miyazaki was directing Peter Pan,
Hmm. Hmm.
Josh says. Josh says I finally got to see Doctor Strange today. One of my favorite Marvel movies so far. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was simple with the plot, but it was good. Everything was great. A little fast paced, but beautiful movie.
There wasn't enough dancing.
How quick the chat room turns against me. Kyle said I was too busy staring at Margaret Robbie to stare at Jared Leto. Lies, Kyle.
Doctor Strange needed more dancing. He needed to get up and
Oh, you know
dance.
what?
What?
Speaking of dancing, that makes it. I'm excited for that. Have you seen the previews for the Legion TV show for FX?
I already told you about that.
Right, but I'm it's written by the Fargo guys. Like, have you seen the newest
The
trailers or
Fargo
anything like
guys.
that? Or
Who are the Fargo guys?
I have no idea.
Okay, thank you.
I don't
Just
know
say some shit you don't even know what you're talking about. But you know what Rob likes Fargo, so he'll drop that.
exactly. There
Right,
you
right,
go.
right.
Sorry. Hey Rob,
The
there's a show
Fargo
called
guys.
Legion.
It's produced by
It looks
Noah
pretty
Hawley.
neat. Sorry, I didn't know I had to be a fact checker before I get on
A
here.
fat checker.
Fact checker.
Yeah, you almost said fat checker. You were very close. You're like, oh, it's time slowed down there for me. Like, no, fact. It could be 2 more hours of nonstop fat jokes if I don't put a stop to this. Monster trucks. Nah, man, that's the future of Hollywood. Let 4-year-olds come up with films. Then go spend 300 million on it and get the MacGyver guy to Pewdie. The guy looks just like PewDiePie, right? Am I right? I think I'm right. I only know what PewDiePie looks like 'cause I saw a picture of him the other day. I thought it was the MacGyver guy. I was like, it's the MacGyver guy, right? I was like, it's PewDiePie. I'm like, the South Park dude? I really don't watch YouTube shows other than Collider and a couple podcasts. So I could not tell you. Too busy making YouTube. No. Mostly just watch Collider. It's too much content. I don't have enough time. I'm reading the Witcher books so I can not have to play the first few games. I'd really just rather listen to these audiobooks, and I don't got time to play 2 other previous games. Then, they're graphically inferior, so I'm biased. Later, Hector.
Later, Hector. Hi, Joey. Hope you do all right.
Later, Joey. It's getting old.
The what?
Nothing.
Fair enough. Kyle says I'm heading off to sleep. This way I don't see the final complete version, so it'll be a surprise, like Brandon demands. Mega Potato has spoken. Show me what you got. Rondo, you asking if I'm going to go see the Disney Moana movie? Probably not.
I'll see it next Tuesday. I was gonna see it tonight, but I had to finish Westworld because the internet is determined to fucking ruin shit for me.
Anything I see that mentions it, I just don't.
Yeah, but then I listen to audio. You know what I
Uh,
mean? And they could just randomly talk about shit. Like I
oh
like how
yeah,
people are like, "Oh, we'll warn spoilers," but when they start mentioning fan theories, they don't consider that spoilers. And I'm like, yeah, like there's just too many people. You could never out fucking write the millions of people trying to figure your shit out. So I think at this point, fan theories should be under spoiler. Fucking nonsense.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It does. It looks good from the trailer, the animation. I'm just not into the whole singing Disney stuff. I like I like certain DreamWorks movies that don't have singing. I like the Kung Fu Panda 3. I saw that recently. I like that. Uh, the other night, me and the wife watched Secret Life of Pets. I like that a lot. Um, I thought it was cool because the art was good, the story was funny, it was over the top, and it had a good job mixing things in there that pets actually do. That maybe you just don't know why, So it was funny. Liked it. Yeah, Zootopia was good. It was funny. Cool art. Cool direction. Josh says he's out. He says, catch y'all crafties later.
Later.
Hector says about them water digibrushes. They did good in your hands, Rob. Fooled me at first glance.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, it was fun. I'll do some art tips on those in the future. So, or we'll just fucking use them and see what you know what I mean. I'll probably just paint a bunch of fucking trees. Try to work it out. I think what helps is that since I use watercolor, I kind of know what it should look like. You know. So it helped a little bit, but they're good brushes.
That's the quill pen, right?
Yeah, sometimes the jelly roll, if it doesn't have enough texture, it doesn't want to, just glides over some of the color pencil. So I resort to this as a backup. Rather than sit there and fight with the fucking jelly pen. Alright.
Hey, with this Batman that I did, I'm just cleaning up some of the lines on it. Did you want me to do a lighting pass and then show you, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I shall do that.
Alright, everybody.
One punch.
One punch is done. Good enough. I'm sure there'll be other one punches in the future. All right, everybody, I'm going to take a break and figure out what to do next. I got stuff, but it's almost 11, so there's only so much I can do. Thanks for hanging out. Leave your comments below. Be sure to check out shopsketchcraft.com. Shopsketchcraft.com. While there's stuff up there, because there won't be, it goes. All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Peace.